Hi Virgo, welcome to your new moon for September 3rd, 2024. New moons bring in new cycles. Um, you know your sign. You know that this is a time for details and practicality. Happy birthday, by the way. Um, So, new moons bring new cycles. The direction that this reading is going in is number 4, Spirit, Angels of the Four Directions. Leo just got this same card, and these are the Uriel and Raphael that you're dealing with here, or the North and the East forces. So, the Northern forces are inspiration. So, for example, if you've been working on a creative project, you may need some new ideas. Those that that's coming in your direction. Um, you're being connected to Akashic information, so you can kind of plug in and get the information that you need at this time. Any confusion, you can have some insight, which is really nice. Then you have the force of the East, which is Raphael, and this is support in matters of love, in healing, in children, in relationships, any help you need to resolve any issues in that realm can come to you, as well as physical healing if you need something like that. This is sort of miracle worker kind of energy. So both really good forces to have. If it was reversed, you'd have other two archangels, but those are the two forces that you're dealing with now. 4 is about foundation, so we could be setting some foundation at this moment. And it can be very much on an internal level with the spirit energy there as well. And you have another 4. So the first set of cards is where you find yourself at the time of the new moon, or if you are actively and consciously beginning something new at this time, you can find that energy here. The second set of cards is you and how you're thinking, what you're feeling, what you're doing. Another 4. Wow, that's 3 fours. Interesting. All right. And the last set of cards is probable outcome. Probable because some things we can change when we have the proper information. Wow. Yet another 4. Probable because some things we can change, some things we are meant to experience. Um, Goodness. Well, we are kind of. You have 2, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4. And death, which is 13, which is 1 and 3 is 4. So there is a very foundational energy with you, but it can also be stuck sometimes, right? If you think of a square, it doesn't roll very easily, 4 corners, and you have to kind of push it along. And you have that here with the 4 of Swords and the 4 of Cups, not the Emperor, however. All right, so let's get started. Wow, 4 is your number here. Okay. 4 of Swords is the need to get some rest. It's the meditative card. However, the mind is still going. Maybe you haven't been feeling well or feeling a little bit overtaxed or unmotivated or stuck. And with the 4 of Swords, we are kind of contemplating, because this is the plotting and planning card, the Two of Wands, right? We're plotting, we're planning on doing something. We can be looking out to the outer world to see how it's done or what the world needs, or, you know, with our new inspiration, what can I do with it, right? And so we're kind of taking a physical break here, or it's very necessary to take a physical break. If you don't do it yourself when you're tired, or when you feel a little bit, when you feel like a loss of energy or something, take a break. Otherwise, the universe will help you, and you don't want that to happen. It's better to do it voluntarily. But at the right moment, we'll pick up that fourth sword and move into action. However, there's plotting and planning, and the idea here is to get it down on paper. Make those graphs. Write down pros and cons. Make lists. That way you can find that meditative energy, that quiet mind that you need right now. But there's a lot of plotting and planning going on. So you may be able to find that inspiration or that information that you're looking for here. Now, this is a sharing card. It is a very charitable card. You may... This can be minor illnesses, especially with that Four of Swords, minor illnesses. And so it's very important for you to make sure that you're taking your minerals, your vitamins, eating well, your supplements, that sort of thing. This can be medications that you're taking, and this is a very good time to check with your practitioner to make sure that everything is working out just fine. But this is the haves and the have-nots, and this is a very charitable card, so we can be helping somebody out, or you can be helped out at this time. But it looks like you could use it, right? With that Four of Swords, that's really some downtime. And if your mind is overtaxed because of the plotting and planning, you need some time to rest your mind. Although, like I said, rest, your body probably rests, but your mind is probably still moving along here. And that's what I mean by the Four of Energy that is kind of stuck. However, that's changing. Now we have some emotional kind of stuckness. This is disappointment, but it can also be discouragement and dissatisfaction, all the disses. This is the moon in Cancer, and Cancer can be very moody. Now the problem here is that this moodiness can keep us from getting this new opportunity that's being offered. So the Three of Cups, the three cups down here, were something that did not satisfy. And so there's something is being offered now that's saying, well, then fill it up with what you want. Here's another opportunity to fill it up with what you want. But we see that our arms are crossed, our legs are crossed, and it's kind of a non-accepting sort of energy. However, that's going to change. There's change coming here with that death card. The end of a cycle, the beginning of something else, and a need for purification. And that can also be on a very physical level. Maybe it's a good time to do a cleanse of some sort, especially if you do have some illnesses, minor illnesses, right? But again, check with your practitioners what you may need, what's good for you at this time. I'm not a medical... I'm not giving medical advice. I'm just saying what the cards are, because there's purification that's necessary here with the death card. This is the end of one situation, the beginning of something new. These can be things that are going on behind the scenes with the High Priestess. We can be very secretive at this time. The purification for me has something to do with what you deem sacred and what you deem divine. Now, the High Priestess is the structure on which we build upon, right? And we are looking at four, and four is the foundation, four is the structure. So it's really important for you to think about what you deem sacred, how you want to build upon something, or what it is that you want your foundation to be. For example, if you think that trees are sacred, you may become an arborist, you may become a woodworker, you may become an environmentalist, something like that, right? Because you think they're sacred, so you want to protect trees. that kind of energy is what you deem sacred here. Now, the high priest is something that you're doing behind the scenes, a little bit secretive. Or you may feel secretive. You may feel like, it really feels like behind the scenes situation, because everything is kind of like making lists. We're very quiet where the Four of Cups is concerned. We're very withheld. We're kind of holding our emotions back. Maybe we don't know what we want, and the first thing we should explore is what we deem sacred, what we love, what we find important. This can be a time of kind of, not necessarily the dark night of the soul, but a little bit of that exploration of the darker side of ourselves. They can be very revealing. And the interesting thing about the High Priestess is she is the middle. She's in between the dark and the light. She's in between the structure and the pillar. But your structure, your foundation, needs to be very solid, because that's what we build the specifics on, right? The details. And remember, Virgo is about details and the practicality of things. So I can see that that's very important. Also, you can be very intuitive. This is the moon in Cancer, and Cancer is a very psychic, intuitive energy. So you could be getting a lot of information, a lot of downloads right now. Pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to your thoughts when you're around the water. Again, we have a new moon here, right? And this is very lunar energy. It's very receptive energy, so be receptive. And you are dealing with, remember the Akashic records here, Uriel. You are privy to that information right now. You are privy to plug into the Akashic records, to information. And as far as I'm concerned, everything is information. Information first. Consciousness is, you can't get behind consciousness. So it is the end all be all, right? If we are unconscious, we don't know that it's there. So consciousness first, right? And you can plug into universal consciousness. You can plug into the information highways, the fields, that sort of thing, especially with that High Priestess card there. And that can change things. That can change the feeling of being stuck or inert, right? With that Four of Swords, we're just in a meditative, quiet, non-active energy. And then we take that to the next level. We take that to 4, the Emperor. We set down rules and regulations for the good of everybody. Or we can rule with an iron fist. These are important males in your life, but it can be you, and it can be establishing a solid foundation from this energy here. This may leave you feeling separated. This may leave you feeling for some people, I really do feel like there's some actual physical situations, because this is mental, physical, and emotional pain. You can actually have some physical pain where this is concerned. It may also concern a father or an authority figure here for some of you, but it can also be, like I said, establishing some foundation, some rules, some regulation, and this in that context is rebuilding, renewing, rejuvenating after this sort of separate energy, after the cut, right? The Two of Swords is like a cut, a scissor that cuts something off. Then we have the pain of it, and then we have the release, and because tears are good catharsis where this card is concerned. But we have the renewal and the rejuvenation after that. 3 is creative number. It's the creative principle itself. And this can be very empowering. Now, this is self-empowering. It's Capricorn. It's associated with Capricorn. This is associated with Aries. This is associated with the moon, and the moon in Cancer. And we have a very Plutonian card here, the Death card, which is a Scorpio. But this is my Capricorn card, and this is somebody who has just learned something new that is ready to apply it. Now, this can be an earth sign person around you, or someone who behaves like an earth sign, which would be Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. And they can either be somebody young in your atmosphere, or they can be somebody at a distance. But again, this is somebody who has just learned something new and is ready to apply it. It's empowering, and it's self-empowerment. And that's certainly where the Emperor would come in, right? Creating those strong foundations. And maybe those foundations are helping other people, to empower other people. What does Spirit want you to know? Choices. There's another way. Ask the universe to help you find it. So, when things feel stuck, right, there are other ways here. What do you deem sacred? And you may come across it through somebody who has been there, done that, knows it. There's an authority on something, or somebody can give you better information that helps empower you. That's also possible here, because you have opportunity with the 4 directions. And the east is always new beginnings, right? That's where the sun rises. That's a new beginning. And the north are our ancestors, right? The people who've been there, done that. The information that has come before us, the Akashic records. But there's information out there for you. And I do think there's help. People who want to help you and advise you. I do see some big changes with that death card. Something is definitely ending. But it's really important for you to think about what you deem sacred. Meaning even your deeper motivation for something. Again, 4 is establishing foundation. Okay? Thank you for listening. I hope this has been helpful. And this is a 4. I hope this has been helpful. I'll return in 2 weeks with a full moon reading. Until then, take very good care. Bye for now.